March 26th. I don't know if y'all can see that. See how that chemtrail's going across over there like they're trying to cover up something? That's the moon over there, I guess. I guess that's the moon. I've never seen the moon this high up with the sun at the same time, but I guess it's normal today. But, you notice all the chemtrails, man? Everywhere. It's crazy. No doubt about it. This place is, we're on the verge of, I think America's on the verge of going out. I mean, I've been seeing all the visions and dreams everybody else has been having, and then looking at the ones I've been having. These are definitely the end times. A lot of people, I've been saying it for a while, a lot of people got demons in them. I mean, inside them. They're hosting their bodies like they're a puppet. I told you to watch that Britney Spears interview where she starts going, hello, starts speaking like another person leaped into her body. That's exactly what happened. A lot of people say, no, she's having a nervous breakdown. That's what happened. No. Her boyfriend split up with her because she said she was cheating with another guy. She goes, I've never done it. She doesn't remember doing it. You know, and you're being controlled like a puppet. You know, Hollywood even made movies about that. One called The 13th Floor, where people would, you know, get up in the middle of the night, put on their suits and go out and do their thing, partying and stuff, and not even remember doing it. And that's where, you know, the demons can come in from another world. That's what they showed you, another world coming in here. And then it showed in the end that one guy that was in the world that the demons were coming in because they liked it a lot to do what they wanted to do. The other guy eventually got to go over there where they were from, where it was a lot better. I've seen it. I've seen him hosting people. I've seen him jump in people. Yeah, the thing is, I'm at the point where I have to accept this as a fact. It got me upset. It does get me upset when I see so many people with what Jesus Christ did, you know, to try to prevent and save as many people as he could. And yet you see how many people, everything they do for whatever it is they're getting here, they don't care, you know. I look at these people, man, so worldly. It's disgusting, actually. But you can see that moon, full moon right there like that. Well, the sun's right there. Almost, the moon was a little higher up in the air than what the sun is. The sun's just coming up over here. But when I was in Birmingham, I seen where something was right on top of the sun. I mean, there's no way. These planets are moving around too fast for me, man. I've never seen nothing. You notice how everybody else is moving fast, too. Anything you do, you pay somebody to paint your house, boy, they're good fast. They'll get it done real quick. I worked for a company in Birmingham, man. They were painting over loose paint, you know, and you could see if a good rain would fill that paint up, it would blister it. It's not going to last a year. It wouldn't last a year. So that tells me this is over. We're getting ready to go. I think it's very vital right now, man, that you get really into Jesus Christ. And I've always been telling people, when you go to work, don't deny his name. This ain't the time to do it. This is the time where you want to stand up and be bold, like it says in the Bible. Be bold as you ought to be. A lot of these people, like I said, most of these people got a demon in them. I mean, I'm looking at this one guy next to me in an old antique-looking car. He can't help but keep his fingers up like this. That's the devil's sign. He can't help it. He does it all the time right there. He's driving some old classic car he had remodeled and stuff. They can't help it. They can't help it. It's getting to the point where it's getting obvious. I think it's getting to like a boiling point. One of my last visions was where when we were getting ready to leave, how they come right after us trying to stop us real hard. They don't want us to leave. They're trying to get as many people damned as possible. And us that are leaving, we're going to be the brides of Christ. We're the special ones that Jesus really, really wants, because we're not of this world. And that's what Jesus said, I'm not of this world. And those that want to be of this world will be with the devil and going to hell with them. I told you I've seen visions where what he's got in heaven, where you go in to get your feet clean, there's lots of space up there to be sitting, but not that many people were going in there. I didn't see that many people in there, going in there at all. I guess people chose this, I had a guy tell me one time that wanted me to go down to Ohio, and I got down there, and he goes, I just wanted to meet you, man. He goes, I heard so much about you. He told me I had a place to stay when I got there and everything, and I could probably get a job there. Well, this is an old pottery town, built in the early 1800s, man, and it was a dead ghost town when I got there in Ohio. And all the old doors were upside down crucifixes and stuff. And it's weird how it used to be a pottery town. You know what I mean? It's got a lot of stuff to do around the biblical stuff. But he goes, I just wanted to meet you because I heard, I've never met anybody that walked away from the things that I walked away from. And I was offered a job at Tampa Bay Stadium, $60,000 a year by my old football coach. It wasn't hard. I mean, yeah, the money sounded good. You could live pretty good. I could have lived in a nice place, that kind of money. But at the same time, I was fully aware what was going on. So, I seen it was all evil. I knew it was all evil. Not only that, they try to tempt you with money. But anyhow, I had people come up to me offering to give me $400 a day to go to work on their places. And I got to the point where I was making people confess the name of the Lord. I said, if you can't confess the name of the Lord Jesus Christ out your mouth, I don't even want to work for you. And they wouldn't, so I didn't work for them either. And then a lot of them were saying, you got to save yourself, get in your truck and go to work. You got to save yourself. You're waiting on somebody that don't even exist. And I'm like, no, he exists. He exists. I can tell even more by the way you're coming at me. Even more I can tell. And that's what that guy in Ohio said. He goes, I wanted to meet somebody that actually walked away from what you walked away from. And, and here I am. I've been living in my truck for about 5 months now. But like I said, it's soon going to come over. It's gonna be over any time now. You'd be surprised. This has been around us our entire lives growing up. I'm 55 years old. Your parents had this going on around them as well. The choices that people made in their life. The worldly things that they desire. Just like this guy with his little car next to him. They get their little worldly desires. And it's not going to last. None of it lasts. And then they're going to be dead. And you go to hell after that. I ain't saying it to be, I'm just saying this is the time, where people should be stepping up, speaking up. Even all these false religions that they put up. See that word coexist on that bumper sticker? You'd find those in those medium shops, those people that read people's fortunes. But Christ is at the end. That's how it was at these campgrounds. They were probably trying to put me at the very end of all the campgrounds. I wasn't allowed to sleep no place else. And all these different religions, what's going to happen, all these people that followed them, what they're going to do is they're going to kill them eventually. Because the Holy Bible says no flesh would have survived. A lot of people are going to be meeting a fate you wouldn't believe. And I see these Leslie swimming pools everywhere, too. They also sent me a friend request, Leslie. And I knew who it was. It was all these Leslie pools. And there was a job over there by where I was at in Florida where they were saying, my coach said, Mark, if you'd stop complaining, you'd be surprised what might start happening for you. And I said, this is a perverted, evil world, man. Everything in it's evil. And I didn't want nothing to do with any of these people. You know, and then when I do get a job working for somebody, it's evil. It's all evil. It's weird how they're spraying those chemicals trying to cover that. I wonder if that was the moon. You know, because those chemicals are spreading wider where that moon was. I don't even know if that's the moon. Technically, it shouldn't be the moon. When you got the sun up like this right here, you shouldn't be looking at no moon over there. You know, if anything, they should have a moon down there on the other side of the world. That's where it should be shining. We shouldn't have no full moon here. You know, why is it that we could see a moon at night and then see a moon during the day? People say, oh, that's normal. You know, that's how much evil we got around us, man. They're telling people what they've been wanting to hear. So much lying and deception that people no longer believe the truth anymore. I don't believe that was the moon that I'm looking at there. Because the moon comes up at night, not during the daytime. Because why is it at night I can see a fraction of a moon or whatever, and then during the daytime I'm seeing a full moon, bigger than I've ever seen, you know, while the sun's beating on us over there. There's just too much going on. And then with all these chemtrails, a lot of lying and deceptions. You got these scientists saying that they know the reason why we got these sinkholes opening up everywhere. They got an excuse telling people what they want to hear. You know, people go, oh, well, they know, you know. Well, try believing in the Word of God. What's written in the Bible, all these things were going to happen, and they are happening. And sadly, most people don't see it, and they don't believe it. You know, that's where we're at right now. Most people do not believe it. I think we're getting ready to go. I think it's at hand. I think it's real close at hand. But I think there's going to be like a big disaster. California, I had a dream a while back like an earthquake or something, you know. But like I said, it was brief, not very much to it. And I woke up. But I think something big is going to happen when this happens, when this all takes place. I've heard people say they've seen where America... I've had a vision where America's going to be nuked, too. And as far as you can see, I've seen nukes going off everywhere. And that was right after that Christmas parade they had in Florida. It wasn't really a Christmas parade, but they called it that. But it was more like a gangster rap kind of parade or something. I don't know. They had a lot of loud rap music, a lot of gangster with guns and floats. You know, and Christmas, like I said, get ready. Something big's getting ready to happen. This message is for those that are going to the wedding. You know, there's a lot of people out there that are being deceived on a daily basis. This is a time we need to wake up. I think we're getting ready to go anytime. Remember what I said about Revelations 3, where it says, you did not deny my name. Therefore, I'm going to spare you the moment of trial that's coming upon the whole world. And there's wise and foolish brides. That's why I've been stressing so hard to people not to deny his name. And especially at work. Because they took all that stuff away from work. Where they said, you know, religion and politics don't belong on the job either. Well, see, that's the devil getting people to deny Christ's name. And that's why my business was destroyed, because I refused to deny his name. And that's what it's going to take to go, to be taken. And it says in Revelations 3. I'm asking you just to read it, okay? And know we're at the very final hours right now. And I'm asking you to share this also with people that you know. How important it is not to deny his name. A lot of people think that, oh, well, I believe that's good enough. You know, and they go to church once a week, you know, and then they get back into the world the rest of the week. it's more than that, you know? I mean, if you got the real love of Christ, you're going to do it every day, and there's no way in the world you would deny his name. There's no way you would deny it. And I think the martyrs that are going to be left, that's what they're going to be left with, a choice like that. You know, you either get the mark of the beast, you say, well, I'm not getting that. Then you're going to, you know, probably be murdered or something, you know what I mean? I don't know what it's going to be like. I know a lot of people are going to get beheaded. Yeah, I just hate to see that so many people are going to make that last choice to, when they could go, you know? You don't have to be here. You know, that's the part that I don't understand. We're getting ready to go. This is not the time to deny his name. Read it. It's written in the Holy Bible. And ask yourself this, when you go to work, do you talk about him at all? Just because they say it, you know, doesn't belong on the job, does that mean you don't talk about him at all? They also said politics don't belong on the job. Have you talked about politics on the job? See, that's how they trick you. The devil's tricky, you know, and nobody's going to say nothing to you about talking about your view of politics. I'm not afraid. I've talked about Jesus on everything, even on other people's jobs. And I've had people tell me, well, they won't hire you if they catch you talking about Jesus. What? That's, you know, these are the signs, people. You know, how important is a job to you? How important is it? I want to be working, but it's not that important to where I'm going to deny his name. It's not going to happen. And I'm trying to get you guys to see that too. There should be more people out there like right now, like I'm doing, because we're getting ready to leave. We're going to be taken any time. And it'll be more glorious than you can imagine, man. That guy in Ohio, he told me he's demonic too. Everything in his house was evil and demonic. I still stayed there for a couple of weeks, and I knew he was evil. I knew he worshipped evil, but I wasn't afraid of him. I sat there watching him taking a big old knife, stabbing at his table, going, I feel like killing something, you know. Didn't move me. I wasn't afraid. I told him, I said, you need to get that demon out of you, you know. And if he would stop, you know, and he was talking to another lady going, you know, he's got something watching over him, you know, like he couldn't do no evil to me, you know. That's what I'm saying. When you fully give yourself to the Lord and you don't deny his name, I don't think anything can touch you. I've had things try to come up against me that couldn't do it. I'm serious. I wouldn't be telling you this otherwise. I'm not going to lie to you. That's for sure. You know, I'm sitting out here living in my truck right now. I'm getting by. You know, thanks. I've had a lot of help from some people. You know, a couple of people helped me out quite a bit. I'm still living in my truck. I didn't go get a motel room or nothing like that. But, you know, I had to be frugal with everything that I do, you know. Like there's this place I can get breakfast over here at Denny's for $4 breakfast. And then I find a place to get my coffee. Like, see here, if I get my coffee, it's like $2.25 for a cup of coffee. Well, the place where I normally like to get my coffee, I can get it for 50 cents at this one place. They were closed, so I had to go to another gas station. They wanted $1, you know. But it's still cheaper than... everything's expensive today. I looked at the water machine at the gas station, $1.50. You know, and I shared also how I found 4 quarters behind my truck, and it had I had a low front tire in the front. I had to immediately get air. That's how low it was when I found the 4 quarters. And when I got there, it took exactly 4 quarters. That was the Lord letting me know, you know, he's going to provide what I need until I leave. You know, it's not comfortable. Man, I'm sore, stiff. I'm sleeping in this truck. You wouldn't believe how many times I wake up, turn over, twist, try to straighten up, and, you know, there's no room in this thing, you know, but this is the way it is, you know. I'm glad to have it. At least I got the food I can keep back here, and if it rains, it keeps me out of here. I got gas so I can turn the air conditioner on. When it's cold at night, I can turn the heater on, Because it gets cold at night and then it gets hot during the day. But I heard, in the end times when it gets real wicked, weather's going to be unpredictable. It's going to be nasty everywhere all the time. I also shared how I had little hail hit my windows. It was such a fine, fine hail that the drips of rain would have to catch it and I could see it. I heard something like a light, a little harder than rain, hit my truck. And I was going, man, that can't be hail. Sounds a little heavier than rain. And I'm looking at my windshield and I could see little specks of it in a drip of rain. And I'm going, well, that's the smallest hail I've ever seen. And then it dawned on me that there's going to be, when we leave, there's going to be 100 pounds of ice falling from the sky on people. Huge. It's going to happen. I'm telling you the truth. It's going to happen. That's why I'm trying to always tell everybody, man. I just don't know how to say it. I'm going to have to let you go. I just don't know how to say it. Don't deny his name for nothing. Not even on work, man, because we're getting ready to leave right now. Take an early retirement. We're going to be out of here real soon. If you got enough money to pay your rent for the year, you're safe. I guarantee you, we're out of here. Don't deny his name. This is not the time to do it. That's the reason why they had all those new laws saying that when they took Jesus out of the schools, they took him out of our government, and then somebody came up and said, it don't belong on the jobs either. No religion or politics. Well, the reason why they said politics is because, people going, well, that's true, it shouldn't be. People are there to work. But if you look at them, they're on the jobs working, they all talk about their politics. I've heard it. And I've always spoken about Jesus, They don't like it. They don't talk to me back about Jesus. That's because they got the devil in them. And they're constantly trying to deceive you, trick you. And that's the reason why I'm living in my truck. Because I won't be deceived and I won't be tricked. I've met people at Walmart that I was sharing with. Guy was telling me how his faith is in Christ, but he started backing away from me because it wasn't allowed on his job. So, he wanted to hear, but he didn't want to say nothing. And see, Jesus, that's the whole thing when it says in Revelation 3, you did not deny my name. God bless you, man. I pray, that you can see what I'm trying to say.